with another one, with the eBay wizard himself. The most, I announced that I'm going to be interviewing Click Right, Josh, and I got the most fucking messages saying this guy, he's taught me this, he's taught me that. I love this guy. I'd love to go to a car boot with him. He's amazing. I feel like over his time on here, because he's so transparent, honest with his information, he's helped so many eBay sellers and Amazon sellers with their sourcing. And so, yeah, he's much loved throughout the community, rightly so. He's got a fantastic YouTube channel as well, where he basically goes around the car boot with you on the camera, which is like, it's the kind of content we want to see with reselling. He makes it. He's on YouTube. I'm pretty sure I saw in his story he's speaking at an event next year, like a reselling event, which I have to ask him about at the end. But yeah, very exciting stuff. So hopefully he's going to join in a sec. But yeah, we've got some questions asked by the audience. Like I said, much love for him. Many messages, showing great appreciation for him. And we've got a few questions that people have asked me to ask him, basically getting to the bottom of his techniques, because he's well known for finding things that others would leave out, probably, things that others... he's just trying to find a better connection. Yeah, he's well known for finding things that we will all overlook. He's picking up, he's sticking on eBay, and he's making 80 times profit off a fucking item. It's crazy, do you know what I mean? So if you're not following him already, I recommend going to follow him, because his stories, he does these haul stories where he goes through what he's got. He tells you the profit, minus fees, minus postage, very transparent. And it's motivating to see. It makes me want to go out to the car boot. A few times I've watched his story, I've gone out to the car boot. I ain't found a hope that we can find money in the trash you see in the car boot. So hopefully he's coming in now any second. Josh,
hello, mate.
How's it going? Long time no proper chat like this. It's a long time coming, isn't it?
It's a while, isn't it? How you been?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Yeah, I'm alright, mate. I've got COVID at the moment, but I'm alright.
Hey, you look healthy for COVID. You don't look too bad. You know what I mean?
Mate. I've had to make myself look presentable, so.
No problem. We've got the filter and everything. All right. Well, listen, like I was just saying before you joined, I've had so many messages of people showing their appreciation for you. I think you've helped a lot of people over the years. Don't know if you're aware of how many people, maybe they watch your story, they take guidance and help from it, and they're not really letting you know. They're just on the quiet, but they're grateful because they've let me know. I've got quite a few messages saying, I fucking love this guy. They want to go to the car boot with you. Maybe
it's so nice to hear, because like you say, I don't really hear much of it. Like, I get the odd message here and there, which is always lovely, obviously, but it's like I don't really get much back. Like, I don't expect much back, but
Listen, they all want to go to the car boot with you. I don't know if it's going to cramp your style.
Down.
You've got a big crowd following you around.
I'm so down. We can buy some shit.
Right, we're limited for time, so let's get into the questions.
Yeah,
first things first, the beginning of Click Right's story. How did you get into selling on eBay? How did you find out about eBay, and how did you think this is a viable way of making a bit of spare cash?
Right, so I was working with my old man in a warehouse, and I was like, my monthly take home was like £600. I was like, surely this can't be my life. Like, it can't be forever just £600. I was like, all right, I'll do some overtime. Got like £800. I was like, nah, this ain't right. This isn't right. So I was like, right, I need to find something to do here. So I was just on YouTube searching. I've always been like in and out of eBay, because my old man used to collect the vintage Star Wars stuff.
Okay.
So we used to always get that through the post. So like, I just stumbled across Nick Hills. Do you know who he is?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah.
Nick and his wife as well.
Yeah, Andrew as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so I started watching them, and I was like, I'll go to a car boot and see what happens. Like, I don't know what the hell I'm buying. I don't know if anything's going to be worth anything. So I just went there, and I remember I brought this bucket of Toy Story soldiers for £4, and I was like
the little green ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I was like,
what you mean.
It's got to be a hell of a buy. So I went home, listed it for like £12, and it was like 3 weeks, and then nothing. And I was just at work packing up some shoes, and I got a ka-ching. I was like, oh my days, this shit works. Sorry about my language.
So that was the first thing you ever sold on eBay, the green soldiers.
That was the first thing ever. I can still picture the school I brought it off. Some old lady I brought it off, and I was like, this actually works. So then I was like, I went to another car boot and brought a Paddington Bear for 35 quid.
Wow.
And I was like, that was so much money for me back then. I was like, it's a lot. and I ended up selling that for 100
Week's
quid. So I was
wages.
like, yeah, I was literally like, wow, I've sold that for 100 quid. And I was spending like, when I worked in the warehouse, it'd be like 4 hours unloading a container. If you think that's like 24
Mm.
quid. And I was like, what is going on here? Like, what am I
Yeah.
doing?
So when you found the soldiers and the Paddington Bear, were you just seeing it and thinking that's probably worth some more? Were you searching it up, or was this straight instinct?
I think with the Toy Story, it's like I kind of knew that had value before because I'd watched like Nick Hills and a bloke called Ben Fitzpatrick. He used to do a lot of Toy Story stuff, so I was like, give it a go on that. The Paddington was just a blind buy. I was like, it's got to be worth something at 35 quid.
So you knew
Nine
you
times
had
out of
the
10,
instinct from the start.
9 times out of 10, the instinct isn't good. But
But
yeah,
it's the one time out of 10 that pays for the 9 and more, maybe.
yeah,
I don't know.
exactly. And even when it doesn't come off right, like you learn from it. Like you'll buy, I don't know, a load of video games. I bought some for 100 quid like 2 weeks ago. I think I got like £50 back, but I learned which ones were worth the money, so it was like worth it.
So you're always remembering what sells and what doesn't.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
so going back to the warehouse thing, so you obviously left the warehouse to be a full-time eBay reseller.
Yeah.
What was do you have any difficulties transitioning from one to the other, or was it pretty smooth sailing for you? You're making a lot of money before you left?
I was doing all right, but it was more, I needed to be more, what do you call it? Not composed, I'm shit with words, but I needed to be more, I can't think of the
Organized.
word. Yeah,
Yeah.
organised, that's it. I didn't, like, I was just being too free with my time. Like, I work for myself now, I don't have to do anything.
Hmm.
But, like, that can get into your head well quick. So you end up, I don't know, playing golf 4 times a week or just laying in bed till 12 o'clock every day. And then you're just like, what the hell am I doing? My money's absolute dog shit. And then I've just, yeah, there's just no point in, yeah.
Fantastic. So, yeah. So I'm going to move on to the next question because we got asked this question 3 or 4 times, the same question,
Okay.
and it's a pretty broad question. So I don't know how you're going to answer this one. So, top tips for quick photos and listing on eBay. Obviously, you've probably listed thousands of items on eBay in your
Yeah.
time. Have you got down the art to a quick process, or do you hate it as much as everyone else
No,
still?
I quite enjoy it, to be fair, because I literally, all I do is every night I'll pick 30 items and leave them on my desk for the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll just photograph them all. And then I'll have the pictures on my phone, open up my laptop, draft every single one. And then literally just when I'm chilling later in the day or watching TV, I just add the photos and make them live. And that's it.
That's it. So you.
And then like for descriptions,
Mm.
like I feel like people overthink descriptions so much. Like obviously I don't sell clothes, so I don't do measurements and all that. But my descriptions are literally always has some marks and wear, see photos.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
If it's got like a broken bit, I'll be like, it's obviously got some damage. So you see the photos,
You
but
don't need to go over the top on the description.
no.
That's probably a very time consuming thing. So you're saying basically if you've got a lot of items to list, bite size it, 30 items in a day, leave it on your desk so it's in the way, you can't miss it, you can't avoid it, and then just do it throughout the day and just basically enjoy the process. And I think for me, I was selling a few trashy items I got around on eBay. I'm not even doing descriptions. I'm just doing barcode, boom, photo, done. They're still selling. If people want to buy what you've got, unless you said it's clothing or it's it has a lot of detail to it, like you said, damaged items, things like that. I don't think the description's that important. So you're saying leave the description, save yourself some time.
Yeah, literally leave the description, put as little as you can. Like if they want to message you, they can, can't they? But most people I see, even if you do write a big description, a lot of buyers just will return it anyway.
Questions anyway, Would you say you spend a lot of time replying to messages on eBay, or do you not get that many?
No, I don't really reply to that many people, to be honest, because
unless it's a potential sale.
Yeah, exactly. If it's worth it, I'll reply to it. But if it's like, you can kind of tell when someone doesn't want the item.
Yeah.
Like if you get like 4 questions on an item straight away, it's going to be like bad news.
Problem. Yeah. Even if they buy it, they're going to be problematic.
There's a return incoming.
Yeah.
So I just block them. I'm like, nah, don't worry about it.
So you're speaking earlier about the Paddington and the figures.
Yeah.
When you're out in the car boot, now you've been for all the years of doing this, what is your thought process when you're walking around? Are you like, you're known, I think, in the community. Well, you're known by me anyway. I don't know if other people see it the same way. For picking up stuff other people wouldn't normally pick
Yeah.
up. I got this thing stuck in my head of this Lynx aftershave,
Yeah.
which I would ignore completely, and you sold it for like a crazy amount of money. So you said you keep things in your head that are worth money, but when you see new things, what's your thought process and what's your sourcing process? Are you searching up on eBay in front of the car boot seller, or are you walking away and having a little sneaky search, or how's it
So
work?
as soon as I get to the car boot, my head's down. I'm not talking to anyone. I'm just going as quick as I can through the aisles and just seeing like the low hanging fruit, like
Mhm.
the video games or the DVDs and all that. And then I'll give it another go round and I'll just pick up the stuff that no one's looking at. No one's looking at the plumbing fixtures. No one's looking at the, I don't know,
Exactly what I'm
light
talking about.
boxes or that kind of stuff, or the toothbrush heads. No one's picking them up first thing, so you don't need to look as soon as you get there. They're still there at 11 o'clock. You can easily pick them up and like turn a pound into 30. Like,
Mm.
it's just easy stuff that no one ever picks up. Like if you were to go walk around B&Q, I went there like 2 months ago, and I can believe it's like you go in there, you want a like a what you call it, a ball of like rope.
Mm.
I looked at it, it was 30 quid. I was like, who is buying this? Like everything in there is so expensive. Anything you see in B&Q, just look for it at the car boot.
And
That's
it's
just,
there for 50p.
yeah, for like 50p a quid. Tradesman, target the tradesman. The
They got the
tradesman
good stuff.
stalls are brilliant, mate. I've made the most money from them because it's either stuff they've got left over from jobs or just stuff they've got in their loft, and they're just so happy to get it
Yeah,
gone. And
yeah.
discontinued tradesman stuff is just crazy money. Like even on Amazon as well, Amazon and eBay, like it's just, yeah, it's just money waiting to
But
be taken. Like no one else is going for it. I don't know
what,
if I've answered your question right enough there.
sorry, go on.
I don't know if I've answered your question there, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What I'm trying to get my head around here is like, but when you first seen these toothbrush heads on the side, what made you think I want to quickly search them up? Because, like you said, not many people are looking for toothbrush heads, but you had this idea to look at them, and now you know going forward that they're good sellers. So, but what was that first?
it's mainly so if we were saying the toothbrush heads, if it's either Oral B or Philips, like if I see them, I'm not going to stand there and look them up. I'll literally look at the item and look at the packaging and just memorize the model number.
Mhm.
And I'll walk off, look it up. And then sometimes I come back, it might be gone. Someone might be looking for them toothbrush heads. But most of the time you come back and you're absolutely fine. I mean, if it's probably different with like video games, you can't really walk away
Yeah.
because someone else is going to come around and pick them up. But with stuff like that, not many people are buying that. Like, and if it's £1 or £2, I'm just buying it anyway
You know, it's
because I'm
a
like,
bargain.
you're
And
not going to get less than a tenner for it.
so then is your process, you got these good items, these good brands that are selling. You're searching Facebook Marketplace too, so I know you've done some brilliant deals on Facebook Marketplace, like
Yeah, I haven't done any Facebook Marketplace recently, but I do a lot of eBay buying and putting back on eBay
mhm.
or eBay to Amazon, and also Vinted. Vinted's crazy for deals.
Yeah, Vinted to eBay seems like for men's clothing. So I'm looking
Yeah,
for some, and I'm like, damn, it's so cheap on Vinted and eBay. You know, if it's selling, you can get it for sometimes double the price.
yeah, 100%. But eBay, like, I don't know if you've ever downloaded that app that I always talk about. It's called BidKit.
The one which shows the nearby things,
Yeah,
is it?
that
No? Yeah,
is the best app ever. Like,
yeah,
I've made the best money I've ever made off from that.
yeah.
So, like, I just always tell people just to download it. Like, it might be shit the first time you go on it, but after a while you'll find a madness on there and you just be like, what the hell?
So is that showing local pickups from
Yeah,
eBay, isn't
local
it?
pickups only and like within a 50-mile
Yeah, 'cause
radius.
there's a lot of people. You know, I think you live in like the east of
Yeah,
England.
I live in Suffolk, so
Yeah, we're miles. We're like 6 hours drive apart. So
yeah,
people listing stuff down by me, I'm collecting it, and the stuff by you, I guess the most of the UK is not collecting it. Someone just said in the comments, could you repeat the name of the app again? Was it BidKit?
yeah, BidKit. Yeah,
BidKit.
yeah, that's the one.
And it's not really what I admire about you as well is you give away this information. It's not really stepping on your toes, like we just said. Everyone's in different parts of the UK. You go and collect your local stuff.
Yeah,
There's enough for everyone to go around, I think, with this sort.
100%. There's always enough for everyone to go around. There's no point getting upset when you walk past someone picking something up at the car boot and be like, oh, I should have got that. Wasn't meant to be, was it?
Mm.
It was not in your hand, and so it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah. You walked away from the toothbrushes. Now look what happened.
Yeah, exactly. You've missed out on £30. You didn't want to spend £1.
All right. And another thing I was mentioning before you come on, you do a lot of YouTube. How's that going at the moment for you?
It's been all right. Well, it's been really good, but I'm just not very consistent with it. Like once, like when I first started, it was like every week I was doing it. But as soon as I get out of like doing it weekly, it just dies for me. So I need to get back on like the routine of it, doing it weekly, and I need to bring out another series. So it's all the same content, but it's just framed
Love
different
it.
ways, isn't it?
It's what we want to see on YouTube. We want to see Josh in the trenches
Yeah.
picking toothbrush heads. That's what we all want to see. But I don't know how you do it. It's quite hard to film the car. So what, with the YouTube, what's really holding you back? Is it the editing of it? Is it the filming itself?
It's more the editing, to be fair, because it's like I like to try and do it perfect. I mean, not that they're perfect, but you know what I mean. But it's like 4 or 5 hours editing every time,
Yeah.
so like it's long. But when I get into the process of it, it's fine. But yeah,
Well, listen, someone else mentioned to me about, I don't know if it works cross country like this, but they were saying about getting a tech kid out of college. They do a certain amount of hours, 120 hours for free work for you. And I thought it'd be fantastic for editing, so long as you want to give the creative thing to someone else.
Yeah, 100%.
If that's going to help you make more content that we all want to see, do you know what I mean? Rock and roll. It's worth looking
That's
into.
a great idea.
Yeah. And what's your YouTube channel called so people can check you out?
Click Right, same as my Instagram, same as TikTok as well, if you want to check me on there.
Fantastic. And last thing before we go, I'm sure I saw in your story you're speaking at an event at some point next year.
No, I'm not speaking there this year, but I was speaking there last year. But definitely check out. It's called Reseller Summit. It's just amazing to meet people that do the same thing, and just to network and hear stories from amazing people. So if you check out Reseller Summit,
Reseller Summit, Click Right on YouTube, Click Right on TikTok.
Yeah, that's it.
And yeah,
Bidkit and Gixxen for eBay sniping.
And how do you spell that one?
Gixen.
Got it. Josh, I appreciate your time. I hope you get well soon, but at least you got the old rebate to keep you busy at home.
Lovely, mate. I've enjoyed this. Thank you very much.
We'll do it again soon. Thank you.
Nice one. See you later, mate.
See you later.